Hello, good morning, and welcome in, everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general daily collective message for Thursday, April the 25th. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid, so this message could play out at any point in time. The message may or may not be for you, so just take what resonates, leave behind the rest. We've got Mercury stationing direct today, and it goes direct at 15 degrees 58 in the 11th house of Pisces. And so we also have another major transit today with Jupiter in Taurus forming a trine to Black Moon Lilith in Virgo at 22 degrees. And so we are beginning a new cycle. Key 22 in the tarot is all about the fool's journey. It's all about taking a leap of faith, finding the courage, finding the determination to overcome obstacles in the way when it comes to your spiritual path. And so we're at a very significant time, I feel, collectively with this transit. When Mercury stations direct, I feel this is where we come to a point where maybe we've gained a certain level of clarity when it comes to the inner world, because retrogrades bring everything internally when it comes to communications, how we talk to ourselves, how we talk with others. A lot of us have been going through an identity crisis throughout this retrograde. And so with Mercury stationing direct, we're going to have that last conjunction with Mercury and Chiron coming up here. And so you're going to want to really trust your instincts. We have an opportunity to face our fears, to do some deep-seated healing in order to gain the insights that we need to really get grounded in our own personal truth. And so many of us are on the path of being these seekers. We're seeking that spiritual truth. We're seeking our true spiritual values and what that means for us and our identity with ourself and our journey and everything we've had to go through up until now on the healing path. And so get ready to come out of this state of suppression as that wounded warrior is kind of what it feels like. So we are breaking away from suppression, depression, limitations, and we are being asked to properly channel this very rebellious Lilith energy, because this shift, I feel, is pushing us towards maybe new psychological and philosophical pursuits, new relationships. And I do feel there's like a deep sense of urgency in the energies, this urgency and this intensity to act now. I kept being shown the Knight of Wands. And so it is the energy of you got to act now. There's no time to think this through. Trust in those instincts, because there's a lot of higher wisdom that pushes us beyond our limitations, and we have to trust in that spiritual strength. And so if you're guided to go towards something or to speak up or to send a message, I say go for it, because I do feel the Lilith Jupiter energy is allowing us to test the boundaries, is what I wrote, test the boundaries. And so this is a crucial time where a lot of raw emotions, I think, are fueling our actions, which would be like the Knight of Wands. So let's jump in with some cards today. I am just loving this Heart's Hidden Secret deck. This Oracle deck is amazing. And so thank you, Spiritual Empath, for the most wonderful birthday gift. And so somebody here is like parachuting, free falling, but I just love it. Oh, look at that. Karma. And so there is like a cause and effect going on here in the energies, karma, consequences, and I feel healing family karma, healing family patterns. And I know the energy was very heavy, sitting in the collective. It almost felt like on the verge of just bursting into tears this morning. And so somebody out there, I feel, is just in this state of helplessness, hopelessness, despair, falling apart. And sometimes everything kind of does have to fall apart so we can put ourselves back together in a more stable foundation. But I do feel the energy is fertile for planting those seeds for new family structures outside of the box. This could mean an announcement of a pregnancy, parenthood. But I do feel on the flip side, somebody here is really feeling hopeless because they've been escaping, avoiding, blocking, and pushing away the consequences of their actions. And so there's going to be some type of shocking tower, I feel. And we are paying off karmic debt, family debt. And this is to reestablish new foundations moving forward, new family security. It's kind of like the Ten of Pentacles. So there's some karma playing out here, family karma. So let's see what else needs to come through for a message today. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Do not forget to like the video, comment on the video, share the video. It helps circulate the content. It helps the channel to grow. It's just a nice, easy, free way to support the channel, and it lets me know you appreciate the content I put out there, and it makes me want to put more out. The light just flashed, so I guess that's a strong message. Also, I have a membership side of the channel, guys. If you'd like to join the membership side, I go live every Thursday at noon. So I'm going live today over there at noon, and we do ascension chats, we do twin flame chats, whatever I'm guided to talk about in the moment that week. Sometimes we do card pulls, so I'd love to have you join me over on the membership side. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please feel free to check out the new webpage. So we got a couple of messages here. Very quiet energy. So there is a foundation and focus. There is the finality, I think, and a final farewell or a closure when it comes to maybe an unhealthy foundation. Somebody here I feel is in a deep dive when it comes to some nostalgic family patterns. It looks like a masculine and maybe his son. And so there could be a masculine here doing some inner child healing. There could be a crossed over father. We get the confession card, and so there is an unveiling. Somebody here I think is coming clean and leaving behind a foundation, maybe an established family that's brought a lot of security, but it's time for this closure. It's time for this farewell. And there is that coming to Jesus moment. So, you know, whenever an ending takes place, it's not easy. Endings aren't easy. And so it takes a lot of forgiveness of self to apologize, to make amends, to admit where you went wrong to. And I do feel that Scorpio full moon come in and really drudged up the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I think it was a big fixed energy of diving deep into past betrayals, maybe even past established patterns that have plagued your family for generations, that it feels like a curse. And so this is also like apologizing to yourself. Somebody here I feel is going through some type of spiritual purge, spiritual purification, maybe receiving messages from the divine in order to create that closure. Something here does need to be left behind. I hope that made sense. This Mercury retrograde has really given me some trouble talking. But what I notice on both of these cards is the train tracks. And so there's like a shift in tracks here. So maybe somebody's life has gone way off the rails due to some type of inner turmoil or emotional storm, because somebody has been clinging, holding on, spying, obsessing about a very attractive connection here where I think there's been a spark. And once that flame, once that spark is ignited, the effect, the cause and effect kind of plays out. And so I do feel there is a telepathic connection here. There's a deep inner knowing that a new commitment is coming. So there might be the promise of marriage or a commitment coming. The energy is very fertile, but there's also this underlying grief that I felt. And so I do feel there's two people here, maybe at a distance, going through some type of maybe twin soul separation due to a blockage, maybe because of a false family foundation that has already been established. And I don't encourage third party, never, ever, never. But sometimes the twin comes in to upheave a false foundation, and that does mean breaking apart an established family and leaving that behind in order to come clean as part of this awakening. And so there is lost grief here. There's lost grief and depression here, and there is distance. And I think somebody here is being disillusioned. And they're clinging, holding on, spying to somebody that I feel has their heart. And I don't think there's actual communication going on here, but there is like a higher spiritual commitment here. And there's attraction, there's a spark, and somebody here I feel is just in a state of emotional instability. And they are grieving an ending here. And there is a need to maybe return to something that was left behind, where maybe there was a lack of closure. That's going to be another message. So somebody might be coming in with an apology and a confession, putting it all on the table, and coming clean and begging for forgiveness, asking for forgiveness. Somebody here is, I feel, praying and seeking those answers from the divine. And there's a promise coming. So let's jump in with some spiritual journey oracle messages. Let's see if we can dig a little bit deeper here. We've got a healer here. There's something about Christ consciousness coming through. So you might want to explore traveling into these higher dimensions. Somebody here is a healer, whether it's through writing a book with your words, your thoughts. There is a telepathic, deep inner knowing where you and another transmit each other's thoughts and emotions. That's for sure going on here. And so you might want to explore meditation, astral travel. There's like this energy of somebody's touched you in the depths of your core, and it's kind of time to take action because this is connected to your purpose. And I do feel you are reminded to just demonstrate love in everything. That is the twin soul journey, unconditional love. And so there is a connection here that is huge this lifetime. And I think you have that deep inner knowing. So let's see what else needs to come through for the message today for the collective. What else do we need to be aware of today? There is like a final goodbye though, and I think it's sad. I do think it's sad. Okay, there is a severing. There is definitely a severing here of a connection that is unhealthy in order for some type of renewal. And so we got a heart opening. I felt that grief, that sorrow. There is a heart opening going on here for sure. There is a void and there is a lot of ascension symptoms I feel plaguing the collective right now when it comes to forgiveness. So forgiveness is all about compassion of self, compassion of others. It does not condone what another has done to you, but it does set you free. And so somebody here is breaking free from a false foundation. It could be a whole group of friendships are leaving somebody's life connected to a false foundation, a false family foundation. And I do feel there's like an exchange of something lesser for something better. And I do feel there is like a void. And so the Fool does have to take that leap first. You don't get to go towards the new without ending the old. And so you do have to have that gap, that space where you take that leap first, and you have to trust that that space is being created. So I do feel there's been a gap, I feel, between two people, an energetic gap, a physical gap that has kept two people apart. And this has created a very negative impact, I feel, a negative impact of underlying grief, sorrow. And so there is some type of catalyst here that is bringing movement forward. So the catalyst comes in, it comes in like wildfire, it redirects you. And so there's a very challenging situation that you're dealing with somebody that's going to redirect you. And no matter how challenging this is, you have to be open to receiving this lesson, because this lesson needs to complete in order for you to journey towards fulfillment. So this is about detaching from something unhealthy. This is about taking charge of your destiny. So let's get in with the tarot, because I feel Libra energy. I feel a rebalancing going on here. So we're going to jump in with this deck today. Yeah, there is a rebalancing. We get the Empress reversed. We get the Seven of Wands upright. The Empress reversed, there's a need to get out of Dodge is what I want to say. The Empress reversed today, I feel there's somebody here that is trying to create blocks. Empress reverse doesn't really know her worth and her value. So there's a very karmic feminine energy coming through, and it doesn't have to be a woman. It can be a man acting a fool. But we do got Taurus, Libra energy, and we got a teacher of the teachers here. And so I think get ready to be challenged. There's a block here that definitely needs to be released. This is like a walking away from a very unhealthy energy of control, gaslighting. Somebody here that doesn't know her worth, so she clings because maybe she doesn't have her own financial stability or prosperity. This could indicate, and I hate to say it, like a loss of a child or a miscarriage. And I feel there's just like a big challenge ahead with somebody that is clinging. There's a clinging energy coming through today. There's that clinging. That's what that is. And so there's an emotional storm. So let's keep going here. Let's do 9 cards and let's see what this is all about. What needs to come through today for a message. I just peeked and saw the 7 of Cups. So there is, there could be addictions here. There could be codependencies. Now we get the 7 of coins, and so there's stuck energy here. Somebody's been watering a dead tree, really hoping something would grow, but there's a wall. There is a block. There's a wall here. I feel there's a need for patience. We get the Ten of Cups reversed. Somebody has really spent a lot of time watering a dead tree. There's blocks in a relationship, dealing with somebody that really isn't trustworthy. And maybe you stayed together because you wanted to raise the children together. We can't just stay together for the kids. Trust me. My parents did that, and they stayed together for the kids, and they divorced when I was in my mid-20s. And let me tell you, the house burns down all the way to the ground, no matter what age it happens. I wish my parents would have done it way sooner than when I was in my mid-20s, because that shattered my whole illusion about family. And so I also feel a need to recognize where there's a lack of healing, a lack of emotional contentment. Somebody here has really been in the dark night of the soul, is what it feels like, and maybe obsessed with a connection that they're not physically connected to, where they do have a lot of passion with somebody. We get the Ten of Swords. There's a final ending here. There's the release of a melodramatic situation. And I do feel there's a need for compromise, but wherever you're at, there's a lack of compromise. We've got emotions all over the place. The Queen of Cups reversed. But thank God we're going towards a brand new beginning here. And so the path is being presented, but you have to take the appropriate action to plant the seed. And it might require an apology. It might require coming clean. So somebody here might be coming clean. Yeah, and there's anger. There's a masculine, I feel, coming clean. Coming clean about their anger, their rage, maybe about a missed opportunity. We get the King of Wands. We get the Fool reversed. We get the Ten of Wands reversed. And so somebody has really worked long and hard at masking how angry they've been about a missed opportunity, where maybe they wish they could go back and they wish they could push their fears aside. There's fear, there's anger. Somebody here is just blasting through the blocks, is what it feels like. I think they put all their eggs in one basket and they're shaking their head and they're like, man, that was an unwise choice. I don't know if we've got a King of Wands here, Aries, Leo, Sag, that went towards the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Aquarius, maybe a Sag. But there's a need to recognize, like, you can't keep covering something up here. So we could be closing it like a 10-year cycle. This Ten of Cups, even upright, I always feel like something here is a little bit off, right? We get the Six of Cups in the rainbow. So somebody's, been daydreaming, head up in the clouds, lots of nostalgia. We get the Four of Cups on the ground. And so the Four of Cups is depression, is soul suppression. And so a release of a stuck, stagnant situation where maybe people were staying together and pretending to be in a loving relationship for the children. But, the moon, I think, was in Scorpio yesterday, square Pluto and Aquarius. And so this is like a wake-up call. Like, there's really no faith in the future when you are in a relationship with somebody that you don't trust. And so maybe that's the relief that's coming, is getting honest about a situation where there is a lack of compromise, there is a lack of success, and there's a lack of blending. And if you want to create something extraordinary, yeah, it might hurt, but you got to get emotionally honest with yourself. We could also have a feminine here that really self-sacrificed. And so somebody here, I feel, is emotionally unstable, quite possibly even receives insights, but doesn't use these psychic insights trustworthy, like is not trustworthy with the psychic insights. And I do feel emotionally tries to block a new beginning here. And so somebody here could be immature with their communication. And I do feel maybe holding on because of a child. There could be a young child involved. Pages represent children, but there's a block to a new beginning in love. And this is also blocking abundance, is what I'm feeling. And so good fortune always comes from going towards that truth and that higher calling. And so I do feel there is a masculine here that fully intends on walking away from some type of third party situation, is what it looks like. And so this could mean walking away from a marriage. Maybe there was a failed pregnancy. This could mean, filing for divorce, canceling an engagement, going towards a new family. Like, I feel somebody stayed in a family situation because maybe that's what was chosen for them or what was expected of them. And we've got some sacred rage here. Yeah, we do have some sacred rage being released, is what it feels like. And the energy is fertile. So somebody's really facing their shadow self. Definitely could be a Virgo, Lilith and Virgo energy, right? And really paying attention to the details. And I think somebody here was waiting for the perfect timing. I don't think it ever is perfect timing to take a risk. I think fear always overrides that perfect timing. It's never the perfect time. So I do feel it's time. The time is now, because somebody here can't stay in this situation of regret, heartbreak. I feel lost. There's that grief, that loss, because they want to go and heal a misunderstanding. And so personal growth comes from walking through the flames, walking through the fire, and pushing through, right? Because, you know, not choosing is a choice. And so I do feel on the flip side, somebody's going to feel like they're getting the rug pulled out from under them because they're not ready. Somebody here is codependent. They don't want to be left behind. They don't want this. But either way, I think that moon brought in an unexpected revelation. Hey, two people really not emotionally connected. And somebody's thought long and hard about this decision. And so I do think, although this is sudden, and somebody is piecing out suddenly because they're being guided to by spirit to act now and think later, this was thought about long and hard. Somebody's really hidden that they've been internalizing this decision for a long time, is what it feels like. And so I do feel somebody here is walking away from somebody that clings, that is codependent, and there is a storm brewing. So let's take a look at the Page of Cups, though. I'd like to see where we're going, because we are going towards a new promise, is what it feels like. A new promise of love. So we get the transformation in reverse. We get the Tower. Is that the Tower in reverse? Significant life change. We get the Nine of Wands, which is, there's that wounded healer that I channeled, the wounded healer. And we get a major wake-up call. So we could be dealing with a Pisces. But I just feel, yeah, I just feel a withdrawing of a situation. Somebody here is no longer investing. All of the court cards coming out, they're in reverse, right? We got the Knight of Coins upright, the Page of Coins upright. And so no longer investing in a situation that's not equal, giving and receiving. Somebody here, I think, has to go back and right a past wrong, where maybe they manipulated a situation and they need to apologize. And so there is a fresh new start here. So get ready for somebody to get spun out of your life, is what it feels like. And it might hurt, but it's time. The universe is saying, hey, it's time. So be prepared. Be prepared for an unexpected wake-up call, maybe receiving an unexpected message, because the divine is saying the time is now for things to move forward. So it might not feel good, but there is very positive change coming. And so it's time to get unstuck. There is some type of an emotional breakdown, a breakdown for a breakthrough, because somebody's been so busy internalizing, focusing on the negative, focusing on the unwise choice, and going through disillusionment, and they are coming clean. They are coming clean. That's what it feels like. They're coming clean. And so everything happens for a reason. And you got to trust that this is divinely guided change. So there is like a major cycle in your life reaching completion. There's that fixed energy. Again, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. I was going to say Virgo. I just want to say be proud of yourself, because I think somebody here might have had questionable motives in the past. Definitely stayed in an unhealthy situation just for financial security. And I think this cost them maybe the love of their life, but there is a refocus here. Somebody is coming in with a higher commitment, and I think you know this. So let's get one last message from Spirit on this one. I do feel maybe this person has avoided this up until now. They've been apprehensive to take action, but I think they're taking action. This has been a long time coming, is what it feels like. This has been a long time coming. So I do feel, it says, if you're wondering if this is going to happen, the answer is no. So I do feel somebody has to say no first before going towards happiness. But there is like a block. So let's get one more on this, Spirit. Oh, be brave. You can do this. I think somebody has to learn to tell somebody no before they can go towards happiness and prosperity. That's kind of the message here, I feel. So I do feel this is about stepping into being a healer, helping those that need you on the path, because it's time to embrace the future. So get ready to evolve. There is a major lesson being learned, and we are working through a lot of past life karma, family karma. So acknowledge the karma, acknowledge the difficulties, and heal from them. And that's what I have for a message today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check it out, guys. Check out the description box below, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.